Welcome back to The Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to really understanding what's going on in some of today's most talked about stories.
Great to be here.
So today we're looking at a really fascinating mix of high-stakes games and, well, reality TV.
Ah, okay. Intriguing.
Yeah, if you've been anywhere near Amazon Prime, you've probably heard the buzz about The Traitors, the show that's all about mind games, deception.
Oh, yeah. Karan Johar's hosting that one, right? Lots of intrigue.
Exactly. And right in the middle of it all is the person we're focusing on today, Nikita Luther.
Nikita Luther,
Mm.
the poker player.
The very same. And our mission, really, for this deep dive is to unpack her journey. It's quite extraordinary. How does someone go from, a relatively ordinary start to being a world champion poker player, and now she's this really compelling figure on a reality show based on deception?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do you master both skill and, well, deception?
It's a great question for our listeners, too. How does one person manage that?
Well, Nikita Luther, she isn't just any poker player. Her standing is pretty unique.
Yeah.
What really stands out, and this is huge, is that she's the first and, so far, the only Indian woman to win a World Series of Poker Gold bracelet.
Wow. Okay. First and only.
Yeah. And for anyone listening who isn't deep into poker, a WSOP bracelet, it's like the Olympic gold medal of the game. It's the absolute pinnacle.
So that achievement alone just sets her apart immediately.
Absolutely. It cements her place in poker history. There's no question about her significance.
And we're getting our insights today from a News 18 article. It's titled, "Who is Nikita Luther, ex-poker world champion now on The Traitors?"
Good source. Should have the key details.
Yeah, it really lays out her path, and we're going to pull out the most important bits for you, really get into the how and the why of her journey.
Sounds good. Where should we start? The reality show.
Let's jump straight there, yeah, because that's where many people might recognize her right now. The Traitors, with Karan Johar hosting.
Right. The whole premise is mind games, figuring out who the traitors are among the faithful. Pure psychological gameplay.
Exactly. And her start on the show was, well, unexpected.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty surprising, wasn't it? She got sent home in the very first episode by Belnaz Naruzi, I think?
That's right, and it was before the game even properly kicked off.
Yeah, like a pre-game elimination. Super unusual.
But then, plot twist, she comes back.
Right. As a wildcard entry in episode 3, talk about a comeback. That must have definitely boosted her profile.
For sure. It certainly added another layer to her story on the show. So, okay, she's navigating this game of deception now, but how did she even get to a point where she's known for skills that might help there? Let's rewind. Her origins.
Okay.
She was born in Delhi. And her education, interestingly, was in finance and marketing at the University of Delhi.
Finance and marketing. That background, it often involves analytical thinking, maybe understanding risk, probability.
Do you think that fed into her poker later on?
It's possible. I mean, those skills certainly don't hurt in poker. But her actual entry into the game, it was super casual.
Not like she studied game theory from day one.
Not at all. It started, believe it or not, on Zynga Poker.
Ah, the app. With the virtual chips?
Exactly. Just playing for fun, passing the time. No real stakes involved initially. It wasn't some grand plan.
And then came the turning point, right? The moment it got serious.
Yes. And this is where it gets really interesting. It wasn't some big online tournament or anything. It was 2015 at a friend's birthday party.
A birthday party? Seriously?
Seriously. That was the first time she played poker for actual real money. Not virtual chips, but, cash on the line.
Wow. So that casual game just sparked something.
Apparently so. It ignited this serious interest, turned it from just a game into a real challenge she wanted to tackle. It's kind of a classic accidental champion origin story, in a way.
It really is. And from that birthday party, her rise was pretty fast.
Remarkably fast, yeah. Just 2 years later, February 2017, she gets this significant win. It was the Macau Poker Cup, a team event with Raghav Bansal.
Okay, a team event. So that requires coordination strategy beyond just your own hand.
Exactly. It shows she can strategize with others, understand different playing styles, and that win made her the first Indian woman to win a global poker tournament. That was already a huge deal.
Before the really big one.
Before the really big one. Then came June 2018, Las Vegas, the World Series of Poker.
The WSOP bracelet.
The WSOP bracelet. She won it in a tag team event with her teammate, Giuseppe Pantaleo. He's a well-known German-Italian player.
And that was the moment she became the first and only Indian woman to win one.
That was the moment. History made. The pioneer for Indian women in poker, really.
Incredible. But she didn't just stop there, did she? Winning a bracelet is huge, but maintaining success is another thing.
No, she kept going. Her record's pretty solid. She ranked highly in the Global Poker Index for Indian ladies, which, tracks top female players.
Yeah.
And she also had other notable finishes, like 52nd in the 2021 WSOP tag team event that was for No Limit Texas Hold'em.
Which is the main game, really. The most popular poker variant. Big bets, lots of strategy.
Exactly. And she also did well in the 2020 WPT India High Roller event. So she showed consistency, especially in these high-stakes games.
High stakes indeed. And what does that translate to in terms of winnings? Do we have a figure?
We do. Her live tournament earnings are over $440,000.
Wow, over $440,000. That's serious money.
It absolutely is. And look, it's not just about one lucky win. To earn that much over time in live tournaments, it shows consistent performance, skill, navigating variance, all the hallmarks of a truly disciplined pro.
Especially starting from, like you said, Zynga Poker. That jump is just massive. It really makes you think, doesn't it? How talent can just emerge.
It really does. From casual app games to a WSOP bracelet and nearly $500,000 in winnings.
And now she's taking all that experience, all that strategic thinking back into the reality TV world on the traders.
Right. And think about the environment there.
Yeah, she's up against quite a mix of people. Let me see. The list includes names like Anshula Kapoor, Ashish Vidyarthi, Elnaz Naruzi again, Harsh Gujral the comedian, Janat Zubair, Karan Kundra, Lakshmi Manchu, Mahip Kapoor,
Quite the list. Actors, comedians, influencers.
Mukesh Chabra, Raftar the rapper, Raj Kundra, Sahil Salathia, Sudhanshu Pandey, Orfi Javed. It's a real melting pot of personalities.
Definitely a challenging group to navigate, socially and strategically.
So connecting it all back, her poker background must give her some kind of edge in the traders, right?
You'd absolutely think so. I mean, think about poker. It's not just about the cards you're dealt. It's about reading people, psychological tells, managing your own image at the table, knowing when to bluff, when to fold.
Risk assessment, deception.
Exactly. Exploitative play, as they call it in poker.
Yeah.
Identifying weaknesses or patterns in others and using them to your advantage. Those skills seem tailor-made for a game like the Traders, which is all about figuring out who's lying and manipulating social dynamics.
She's basically applying years of reading opponents at the poker table to reading housemates in a reality show.
Pretty much. It's a fascinating transfer of skills, which does raise that broader question, How much does mastering a really strategic game like poker actually prepare you for other kinds of strategic challenges in life?
Yeah, that's a great point. So, wrapping this up for you, the listener, what have we learned? Nikita Luther's journey is, well, pretty incredible.
Definitely.
From playing casually online to that pivotal birthday party game to becoming the first and only Indian woman with a WSOP bracelet and now holding her own on the Traders.
It's a story of skill, sure, but also strategy, resilience, and maybe a bit of that calculated risk-taking.
It really highlights how skills honed in one specific, maybe even niche area can be surprisingly powerful elsewhere.
Absolutely. And maybe that's the final thought to leave you with. Consider those core principles from poker. Observation, calculated risk, understanding human behavior, reading intentions.
All crucial at the poker table.
All crucial there, yes. But how transferable are they, really? Think beyond just games or reality TV. What about, say, business negotiations? Or leading a team through a complex project, even just navigating everyday social situations?
Good question.
Where do you see those kinds of poker-honed skills translating? What stands out to you about how her expertise plays out in these completely different arenas? Something to think about.